Today, we will discuss 15 foods that can trigger inflammation in your body. Inflammation, while it may sound negative, is a vital component of the body's immune response, activated in reaction to injuries or infections. It involves swelling, heat, and the delivery of blood, fluid, and proteins to protect and repair damaged tissue. While inflammation is crucial for healing, it can sometimes become chronic, leading to a persistent low-level inflammation that can significantly impact overall health. According to the Harvard newsletter, chronic inflammation is often considered the underlying cause of numerous illnesses like type 2 diabetes, and can significantly impact your overall well-being and lifestyle. There are certain foods that may trigger this condition. By gaining insight into these foods, you'll not only reduce your risk of chronic diseases, but also enhance your mood, energy levels, and overall quality of life. Don't miss out on this revelation as we discuss these top food sources, counting down from number 1 to 15. At number 1, we have refined sugars. Excessive sugar intake isn't just detrimental to your dental health, it also elevates your risk of obesity, inflammation, and chronic conditions like metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, increased gut permeability, and low-grade inflammation. Scientific research evidence shows that even moderate daily intake of added sugar, such as that found in 1 can of soda, can lead to increased inflammation, insulin resistance, and weight gain. Sugar has the undesirable effect of nourishing harmful bacteria and cancer cells while inducing direct inflammation due to its excessive acidity. Sugar is commonly found in sugar-sweetened beverages like soft drinks and fruit juices, as well as in sweets like pastries, desserts, candies, and snacks. Consider opting for natural sweeteners like maple syrup, agave nectar, honey, or blackstrap molasses. If you're yearning for something sweet, reach for fresh berries or all-natural dried fruits to satisfy your craving. Number 2 on our list is artificial sweeteners. Processed sugars and artificial sweeteners can trigger the release of inflammatory messengers called cytokines. Notably, corn syrup, a type of artificial sweetener, can lead to liver inflammation and contribute to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You'll find artificial sweeteners in various sweets and processed foods, often hiding behind names like corn syrup, dextrose, fructose, golden syrup, maltose, sorghum syrup, and sucrose. Opt for natural sweeteners like dates and honey, or if you're counting calories, consider stevia over artificial options like Splenda. Next at number 3 is genetically modified, GMO, corn. It's important to note that ancient, unmodified corn is a nutritious grain. However, the genetically engineered corn commonly found in grocery stores and processed foods is far from healthy. Corn ranks among the most genetically modified crops, making it susceptible to pesticide residue, particularly glyphosate. Glyphosate, a widely used pesticide, disrupts beneficial gut bacteria, allowing harmful bacteria to thrive. This imbalance triggers an inflammatory response, potentially leading to joint discomfort and contributing to digestive conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease and celiac disease. You can find genetically modified corn in conventional baked goods, cereals, breakfast bars, processed meats, and corn syrup. Consider opting for organic corn or replacing it with smaller vegetables like peas and beans. Number 4. Common cooking oils. The health effects of vegetable and seed oils vary depending on their fatty acid profiles, extraction methods, and cooking uses. Some vegetable oils, like corn oil and soybean oil, are high in omega-6 fats, which, when consumed excessively, can contribute to chronic inflammation. Common cooking oils include grapeseed, cottonseed, safflower, corn, and sunflower oils, along with soy and peanut oils. This dietary shift promotes inflammation. Consider replacing them with healthier alternatives such as macadamia oil, extra virgin olive oil, or avocado oil. When in doubt, coconut oil stands as an excellent choice for cooking. Number 5. Trans fat. Trans fats, known as trans fatty acids, exist in natural and artificial forms. Natural trans fats are found in meat and dairy from ruminant animals and are generally considered safe in moderation. On the other hand, artificial trans fats, created through chemical alteration of vegetable oils, are harmful to health. They can lead to chronic illnesses due to increased inflammation and constitute a health concern. Saturated fats, although not as harmful as trans fats, can still promote inflammation in fat tissues, serving as both an indicator for heart disease and an aggravator of arthritis inflammation. Trans fats are prevalent in deep-fried foods, fast food items, baked goods, frozen foods, and margarine. When in doubt, assume that commercially prepared foods contain trans fats unless explicitly stated otherwise. Opt for products that do not contain trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils, or vegetable shortening. Number 6. Refined grains. Many grains today are genetically modified, processed, and tainted with herbicides and pesticides. Some grains, particularly wheat, can trigger allergy-like symptoms in a significant portion of the population. Moreover, the refinement process strips wheat of its nutrients, necessitating the addition of synthetic vitamins and minerals, often labeled as enriched. Refined grains also have a higher glycemic index than unprocessed counterparts, hastening the onset of degenerative diseases. Common sources of refined grains include white flour, white bread, noodles, pasta, biscuits, and pastries. Opt for ancient grains like amaranth, quinoa, spelt, rye, millet, buckwheat, and chia. These are available as whole grains or as prepared whole grain flour in most health food stores. Number 7. MSG, monosodium glutamate. MSG is a common preservative and food additive used to enhance flavor in processed foods. It contains fermented starch, corn sugar, molasses, sugar cane, or sugar beets. Sensitivity to MSG can manifest as symptoms such as headaches, facial pressure, drowsiness, numbness, tingling, flushing, sweating, chest pain, and weakness. MSG is prevalent in store-bought Asian cuisine and even in food prepared in Asian restaurants. Some establishments labeled as MSG-free have been found to use this ingredient. Elevate your culinary experience by enhancing your dishes with a dash of salt and pepper or a variety of spices. If you're uncertain about MSG in your favorite Chinese restaurant, consider preparing Asian dishes at home. Number 8. Refined salts. While sodium is essential for nerve and muscle function, blood pressure regulation, and more, excessive consumption can lead to high blood pressure, kidney issues, low bone density, inflammation, and fluid retention. High salt intake has been associated with heightened inflammation and organ damage. Unlike unprocessed salt, table salt undergoes extreme heating and often contains questionable additives. Processed foods, fast food, and restaurant fare are frequent culprits when it comes to refined salts. Replace iodized salt with all-natural unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt. Enhance your meals with herbs and spices instead of relying on excessive salt. Number 9. Dairy products. Surprisingly, up to 60% of the global population struggles to digest milk, with many researchers considering ongoing milk consumption beyond infancy as potentially abnormal. Milk can act as an allergen, triggering inflammatory responses in susceptible individuals, leading to various symptoms such as digestive distress, skin issues, and breathing difficulties. To compound matters, hormones, pesticides, and antibiotics administered to cattle can find their way into milk, exacerbating the problem. Consider swapping milk for alternatives like coconut milk or homemade nut milk, and use coconut oil while experimenting with cashew-based cheese alternatives. Number 10. Non-organic meat. Meat from conventionally raised animals often comes from those fed grains like soybeans and corn, resulting in a diet rich in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids and lacking anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats. Additionally, these meats may contain antibiotics and hormones aimed at preventing infections and accelerating reproduction. While unless stated otherwise, most beef, pork, and poultry in supermarkets and restaurants originate from feedlot farms. Transition to free-range organic meat sourced from animals that are nourished with a natural diet of grass and vegetables. Number 11. Processed meat. Consuming meats cooked at high temperatures, including processed meats like bacon, sausage, ham, and smoked meat, is linked to an elevated risk of inflammation, heart disease, diabetes, and specific cancers. High-heat cooking methods such as grilling, barbecuing, roasting, frying, toasting, and searing lead to the production of inflammatory compounds called AGEs, which are associated with chronic conditions like heart disease, cancer, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes. However, marinating meats in acidic solutions before cooking, like lemon juice or vinegar, can reduce AGE formation by 50%. Another approach is to cook meats for shorter durations and choose moist heat cooking methods such as boiling, steaming, poaching, or stewing to minimize AGE production. Number 12. Alcohol. Regular alcohol consumption can lead to irritation and inflammation in the esophagus, larynx, and liver. Over time, chronic inflammation in these areas can increase the risk of tumor growth. Additionally, excessive alcohol intake can compromise the integrity of the intestinal barrier, allowing bacteria and their toxins to enter the bloodstream. This leads to inflammation that affects various parts of the body, including joints, making alcohol a risk factor for conditions like gout, a painful form of inflammatory arthritis. It can also trigger flare-ups in individuals already living with gout. Alcohol can be found in beers, ciders, liqueurs, and wines. To combat alcohol-induced inflammation, reducing or quitting alcohol consumption is crucial. Staying well hydrated with water and electrolytes before, during, and after drinking helps counter alcohol-related dehydration and inflammation. Swap out alcoholic beverages for refreshing and hydrating options like pure filtered water, tea, or freshly squeezed juices. Number 13. Non-organic vegetables. Surprisingly, conventionally grown non-organic vegetables can harbor pesticides, herbicides, and chemical residues. These substances can disrupt your body's natural balance, potentially leading to inflammation and various health issues. To reduce your exposure to harmful chemicals, opt for organic vegetables whenever possible, or consider growing your own organic produce at home. Number 14. Individual inflammation triggers. In our quest for better health, it's crucial to consider what might be quietly contributing to inflammation. Often, we're unaware of our body's sensitivities to certain foods. These sensitivities can be tricky because their symptoms don't appear immediately. Instead, they often mimic common issues like fatigue or headaches. Prolonged exposure to these irritating foods can gradually fuel inflammation, setting the stage for chronic diseases. Common culprits include gluten, dairy, nuts, eggs, and nightshade vegetables. Surprisingly, regular consumption of these foods can lead to allergies. If you suspect a specific food triggers adverse reactions, take action by temporarily removing it from your diet for about 2 weeks. Observe your body's responses during this break. After this period, slowly reintroduce the eliminated food while monitoring your body's reactions. This proactive approach helps identify if the food is incompatible, revealing hidden inflammation triggers and promoting a healthier lifestyle. To regain control over inflammation, it's essential to address its root causes. Begin by eliminating foods that promote inflammation and incorporating those that combat it. Make simple switches like replacing canola oil with olive or coconut oil, and experiment with spices like turmeric and anti-inflammatory herbs. Prioritize unprocessed, whole foods and maintain proper hydration. Furthermore, invest in your health by engaging in regular exercise and reducing stress levels. Most importantly, ensure you obtain 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep each night to support your body's recovery process and minimize inflammation. If you found this video informative and engaging, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications so you stay updated with our latest content. Now, it's your turn. Which inflammatory food will you eliminate from your diet today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to explore our other informative videos.